Now, from New Orleans' most watched news, Fox 8 Local First starts now.
A family mourns an 87-year-old killed in a house explosion, what may have caused a gas leak. A mother mourns a 3-year-old son killed in an accidental shooting, who police have in custody. And bystanders flee one of several shootings in New Orleans over the weekend, why it raises concern about future events. Good evening, I'm John Snell.
And I'm Meg Gatto. Right now, New Orleans police are investigating 10 separate shootings in a span of 3 days. 10 people are injured, 4 were killed, including a 3-year-old. The violence shook tourists on Canal and Bourbon Street Saturday, where 3 shootings took place. Surveillance cameras captured the chaos early Sunday morning when gunfire went off. In this case, people were running up St. Charles Avenue just moments after a mass shooting in the 700 block of Canal. 4 people were injured in that shooting alone.
Hours earlier, police say that a shooting on Bourbon Street injured a 15-year-old. He stumbled into the lobby of a nearby hotel with several friends. Police say that one of those friends was involved in another shooting in the 1000 block of Canal Street. A bullet struck an 18-year-old in the back. People who work along a busy stretch of New Orleans entertainment district now worry for their safety.
If something were to happen, I'm like a sitting duck here. And it's not cool. And then think about how customers feel and people who come here to visit, our tourists. I can't imagine what kind of environment that they feel like they're coming into.
City leaders hope that the violence won't discourage visitors from visiting New Orleans.
As David Jones reports, there are several major events around the corner.
We're less than a month away from the Sugar Bowl and a little more than 2 months away from the Super Bowl. Add on to that Mardi Gras, and you're talking hundreds of thousands of tourists in New Orleans.
The statistics and the perception are not really the same.
Coming off another violent weekend in New Orleans, officials doubled down Monday, saying their public safety tactics are working.
I just want to ensure everyone that we're doing everything that it takes to make this city safe.
You want to come here for the Sugar Bowl? You want to come here for the Super Bowl? Come here and enjoy it, because our city is a safe city because of the work that we're doing together to make our city safer.
We are seeing progress, and yet we do want to address and extend condolences.
NOPD Superintendent Dan Kirkpatrick says it was not a matter of needing more officers on the streets. She says the department had officers on nearly every block of the French Quarter alone.
Why would you give up your freedoms? Why? Because that's exactly what's going to happen.
While the mayor touted numbers showing decreases year over year and blamed in part permitless carry. And city leaders say the weekend's violence seemed to involve people from outside our area.
Regardless as it relates to the new law that we're abiding by, we still need to say, hey, do not bring your beef to the city of New Orleans.
This recent series of shootings have been in high traffic tourist areas, in the French Quarter, in the Central Business District, and so that gains a lot of national publicity.
Dillard University political analyst Dr. Robert Collins says multiple shootings on Canal and Bourbon Streets can do short-term economic damage.
And in a city that earns its living off of tourism, that's a very serious problem.
But he says they likely will not impact tourism numbers heading into next year when the city hosts the Sugar Bowl and Super Bowl.
We have seen overall crime rates, both violent crime and property crime, have actually been lower than normal. So the crime rate is actually down.
City tourism leaders at New Orleans and Company and Greater New Orleans Incorporated each declined to comment for this story. The Sugar Bowl is January 1st, while the Super Bowl is February 9th. John.
A Jefferson Parish community mourns the loss of an 87-year-old woman killed in a house explosion. The home in Avondale belonged to Dolores Gabriel. 5 of her relatives were injured, including a 4-year-old and a 7-year-old. Gabriel died. Fire officials say a concrete truck at a nearby construction site hit a gas pipe, which sent natural gas throughout the neighborhood. Ring video a few houses down caught the reaction of one neighbor when Gabriel's home caught fire.
Oh, it blew up. It did.
Fire crews say it will be a lengthy investigation to see exactly what caused the explosion. But for Gabriel's family, the focus is on everyone's recovery.